All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Jason Stapleton, and this is the Forex Market Preview. Thank you so much, all of you who are new and who are joining me. If this is the first time that you're watching, it's going to get a little crazy this week because I got a lot to cover. I'm going to cover a couple of things from last week and a bunch of stuff from this week. As I told you in the email, we have 10 patterns setting up. And so I'm going to run through those rapid fire style. So if you're new, just stay with me, bear with me, sign up, make sure you get on the list. Sign up bar's right next to this, but let's go ahead and kick this off. We're going to start off with New Zealand here. New Zealand just put in a double top. All right, double top. We have, of course, bearish divergence down here on the RSI. If I go ahead and draw this in for you, boom, boom, a little bearish divergence down there. Potential 2618 trade, guys. What we'd look for is a market to break down and then to rally back up into what was previous structure support, which should now become resistance. So opportunity there for a 2618 trade. There is also a potential cipher pattern trade in here as well. So there is a potential to double up on this thing, make a little money coming, and a little money going. Cipher pattern coming in, completing there. The D, let me just double check my fib levels here. I am a little bit light on my fibs. Must be a little off. Hang on. Boom, down like this. Looking to buy up the cipher pattern at 78.40s. Okay, 78.40s is the buy on the cipher. So potential 2618 trade. Those of you, I did that free training a couple of weeks ago. I hope you guys had a chance to attend that. That 2618 trade video, of course, teaching you guys that trading opportunity. And then there's also a cipher pattern, which is the advanced pattern stuff that we talk about all the time around here. Bumping over to the Japanese yen, we were looking at a potential cipher pattern that would complete up here around 98.50s. That would have been a selling opportunity. That never came to fruition, or at least hasn't yet. And the market has now put in a Gartley pattern here at the bottom. So if I zero in on this Gartley pattern, and this thing's sitting, it originally came in and tapped it right here back on the 14th, and then we kind of traded sideways, and at the very end of the day, we're on a 60-minute chart here, we rolled back over and closed down here right at this, basically this 127 extension. What I would tell you guys is that this is very, very clearly, assuming that we don't gap below, and this is the key, if we don't gap below 93.80s, okay, if we stay above 93.80s after the open, that's going to be a buying opportunity there on that Gartley pattern. Now let's step back and talk just briefly about what happened last week. I'm going to go back down to the 15-minute chart, and I'm going to scroll back here to that trading opportunity we talked about last time. Now, if you remember last week, I talked with you guys about the wedge pattern that was setting up here on the yen, and I said the majority of the time these will break out to the upside, or these will break out, and when they do, they'll move in the direction of the breakout. So in this case, we actually gapped above right there, and then the market ran, and we ran significantly all the way up here. And then, of course, the market putting in, if I come back out here to the 60-minute chart again, putting in a potential cipher pattern. Now, guys, on this wedge, this is a great example of being able to identify a very simple pattern formation and being able to trade on that pattern. Now, we're going to look at the other one, which did not turn out as well and did not go our way, but it just goes to show you that when you find these, that they are predictable in terms of what they're going to do. Let's go with the pound. I don't believe there's anything on the pound right now. The euro out on the daily chart, we are still sitting and waiting on this huge bat pattern to potentially complete. And I talked last week on last week's Forex Market Preview about how we just basically broken above the previous resistance level, and that market has run again. So now we are looking for this 886 at around 136s. So we would I don't know whether this market will continue higher. I don't know if it'll reverse, but I know if we get up into this 886, it's going to be a big selling opportunity. So keep an eye out for that. That's the euro dollar. Let's go Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, we're sitting on a potential cipher pattern here. I believe we talked about this last week. That cipher pattern coming in around 96, 92s. All right, we also had intra-week a very nice bat pattern that paid off really big. So again, syndicate members, actually I don't remember if that went out to the syndicate or if that was just something we were talking about in the mastermind group, something that I was trading. But I'll talk a little bit about syndicate here in a minute. Syndicate had a big week last week. It was over 200 pips just off of what I put out. Not to mention what Akil put out, and I think he had a couple of good trades as well. Now we get into the potential setups for this next week. New Zealand yen. Now again, we're going rocket fire through this. So New Zealand yen, bullish bat pattern, potentially completing it around the 886. This is 74.81. Pause the tape if you need to write this stuff down. 74.81 bullish bat pattern, New Zealand yen, 60-minute chart. Pound yen. Let's take a look at what happened last week. This was syndicate trades, 2 syndicate trades that I put out last week. One of them was a cipher pattern, a bullish cipher pattern that paid 36 pips. Then right behind that, we had a bullish butterfly pattern that ended up paying 180 pips. So that's over 200 pips in syndicate trades last week. And now, of course, we're sitting on another potential bullish Gartley pattern that's a buy right now. Assuming we don't gap again, assuming we don't gap below 147.08. If we don't gap below that, you're still going to have a buying opportunity. So bullish Gartley pattern here. And as you've seen, we've been buying this up in little chunks all the way down as the markets continue to trend lower. We've been able to make over 200 pips so far off of these trades. So very, very nice. Pound yen, 60-minute chart, bullish Gartley pattern. Euro yen, bullish bat. As you can see, all of our yen charts, guys, are kind of setting up the same pattern. Now, this presents us with an interesting scenario, which is how do we trade this? Well, when I talk to my private client group this week, private client group members, this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be talking about how you trade multiple scenarios when you've got multiple patterns setting up. That are all inside of the same pair, or basically the same currency pair. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to place orders to buy the New Zealand yen and buy the pound yen and buy the euro yen and buy the Canadian yen, because there's another bullish bat on the Canadian yen, and Aussie yen, bullish bat on the Aussie yen. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yen pairs all putting in the same basic pattern formation, and actually the dollar yen putting in the same thing there at the very bottom. So that is 6 different patterns, or 6 different pairs, all showing roughly the same pattern. And you, of course, cannot take out 6 different trades, or it may not be, you're going to have to make some adjustments. Basically what I'm saying is when I talk to the private client group this week, we're going to talk about several different ways that you can manage these trading opportunities. But those are it. We've got, basically bullish bats, butterflies, bats and Gartley patterns all the way down our yen pairs. Now, pound New Zealand's got nothing. Canada, I think all that we're looking at here is Aussie New Zealand. Aussie New Zealand is actually a trade, a Gartley pattern trade that ended up paying off nicely here. We ended up cleaning up around 86 pips, I think, on this. This actually came in at this 786. So, yeah, nice little trade on that. Aussie Canada, I think that's it. All right. I've made this really quick and short and to the point, but basically you've got a bunch of trading opportunities here, and if you're in the private client group, that's something that we're going to talk about. You cannot get into you have to email Darren or my office if you want to become part of the private client group. That's all I'm going to say about it, but you can't sign up for it on the website or anything. What you can sign up for is the syndicate. Syndicate paid, like I said, very, very nice trades this week. About 100, we actually made, a little over 200 pips this week just off of my trades, and I know Akil had a couple out there as well. So we did very, very well this week in the syndicate. Not only do you get some additional trades, but you also get some training that goes along with it where we kind of talk about what's happened. Now, shifting gears on the same kind of note with the syndicate, but shifting gears over to the what we're calling the chat software. What it is eventually going to be is a very nice collaborative chat software that's going to give you not only live interactive communication, instant communication, 24-hour a day, 7-day a week communication with all of us here, and also some professional traders that we have who trade patterns. But in the beginning, it's going to give you 24-hour a day, 7-day a week trading ideas. So we'll have traders from all around the world who are experienced pattern traders who are making money as pattern traders who will be putting out trade ideas to you guys all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are working on that chat software. Like I said, the basic
framework is built and it functions. What we're waiting on now is doing a little bit of design for it. And I know that we've been kind of in this. We've been really trying to figure out what we're going to do. And I don't mean this may get too inside baseball for some of you. So if you're not interested in this, don't feel like you need to stay for this. But if you're a syndicate member and you're interested in knowing when this chat software stuff is going to come out, I'm going to take a minute and just update you on it. With the framework now built, what we're looking at is doing some additional coding to make it look nice. I may end up releasing it without it looking nice, just so that we can do some initial testing on it and make sure it gets downloaded onto desktops okay and some of that type of stuff. We played around with doing a web version to start. I just don't want to do that, so we are going to go ahead and stick with the actual desktop application. It will work for Windows only initially, but it's going to be very, very easy for us to create a Mac version as well. So those of you guys who are Mac fiends like me, a Mac version will be coming, but since 90% of traders are on PCs, that's not going to be a priority here in the beginning. Also, in the beginning, what we will basically have is one pattern room. We will have a room where you can come in and you can receive trade ideas from specific traders. There will not be a lot of chat communication pieces built in this first level. Now those are built, we have them framed up, but we have to figure out a way for this not to degrade into a typical chat forum. One of the things that I will not have is I will not have every yokel being able to friend every other yokel and being able to just spouse whatever kind of madness he wants to for the whole world to hear. If you're going to be, this is going to be a very professional platform, meaning if you are on there and you are a contributor, it will be because we know you, because we know that you can trade, and because we have confidence that the information that you're going to be putting out to other traders who are seeking advice and counsel is going to be good. And then I'm going to have a whole nother layer of people who do nothing but watch you and make sure that you are continuing to put out good quality information, and that this particular software package is of the highest order. So I want you all to be very, very confident that when we do this, this is not going to be a free-for-all. This will be very, very much a controlled environment that is designed to help you make money and make more money faster. Ultimately, that is the only reason that I am here is to help you guys make more money and to help provide you guys opportunities that are going to give you the type of income and the type of returns that you're looking for. And that is what this chat software that we are creating is designed to facilitate that. So we are, I want to say, probably 2 weeks away from releasing something to anybody, and that is assuming that we release the beta version that doesn't have any really design built to it. When I say design, for those of you who don't understand what user interface is, it's what makes stuff look nice. It's what makes the buttons colored and gives things nice little like when you roll over stuff. Like if I was to roll over this, you see how it creates a circle. And then and some of that type of stuff. Let me see if I've got something else in here that would be a good example of that, of user interface. I don't know if I have anything open here, so it's not that big a deal. What I'm saying is all the stuff that gives this the color that it is. You see how when I hover over this, it turns kind of bluish up here, and then when I come over here, then I get a nice drop-down menu, and potentially I can drop this down or drop this down and get several different types of information. All that stuff is user interface. It's what makes it look nice, because if before it has kind of the coating over the top of it, it really just looks like bleh. I want to get this out to you guys so that you guys can start using it, and we can start giving you the information right away, as soon as humanly possible. And that is coming sooner rather than later. And I'm pushing to get this stuff out. And I'm absolutely driving my coders up the wall, and I'm driving really the other people inside of my organization crazy, because it's constant. Every single day I'm like, where are we at? Where are my updates? So I am pushing this thing harder than anybody wants to be pushed right now. And as soon as it is ready to go, it's going to come out to you. And when it comes out, it's going to have bugs and it's going to have problems, but we're going to work through that, because it's going to be an awesome piece of gear and an awesome tool in your arsenal to trade these markets profitably. So if you're not a syndicate member, go ahead and sign up. The software's coming. Until then, you got a little taste this week of what's to come. Over 200 pips there just on the pound yen this week. So until next time, guys, good luck and good trading. Feel free to send me an email. Feel free to tell me what you think about the Forex market preview. If you want things that we can improve on, things that you'd like to see, like I said, this place is here for you. We're here for you. So let us know how we're doing. Let me know how I'm doing, and I'll talk to you guys soon.